The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to Sam in Irvine, California. Hey, Sam, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Doing great. You having a good day out there?
I am having a great day. Thank you very much. I want to preface by saying that I'm so grateful to you and TFNN for you to assemble such a great people, such a team to help the small investors like myself.
Well, we appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us, Sam. Thank you so much.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF, folks. Let's make it a great one. This is from an unknown writer. Expect the best. Believe something good is going to happen, and it usually will. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. The Dow Industrials is up 139 at new highs. Nasdaq's up 27. S&Ps are up 10.5. Gold contract down $8.30, traded $1,199 an ounce. Silver down 17 cents at $16.25 an ounce. Platinum down $9 at $1,162 an ounce. You get copper flat out there at $2.60 a pound. Light sweet crude down 94 cents, traded at $50.89 a barrel. Bonds, you have the 10-year down 3 ticks, 127.16. The 30-year flat at 144.08. And King Dollar gave up its highs. That's trading down 157 at 94.33. Euro is up 28 at 113.90. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. Now, let's take a look at the world of the S&Ps. We take a look at this baby, and what you have out here today is this, folks. You got up at new highs. It's option expiration. We'll see whether they get the volume inside the move higher today. Thus far, you get 98 million shares on the S&P, which is not bad. Bottom line is nothing like on the way down with 280, but those swing highs that are out here, you're dealing with 95, 100, and at this point, the day that it's going into is the 18th, and that's 257 million. I don't expect we're going to get up to that, but bottom line is that the volume is not bad for being an hour into the close out here. Nasdaq Composite, the NDX 100, that's up 21 has 21 million right now. That's up 72 cents, and that is pushing away from the consolidation it's been in. We're at 108.40. If we take a look at this, we do put this on a weekly basis. Bottom line, it's up above there, dramatically lighter volume, but bottom line, you get higher price. Gold contract, what do we have with gold? Now, here's some divergence that we have happening out here in a big way. A gold contract is testing the lows, 99,000 contracts. So as you're testing those lows right there, we are doing that on lighter volume. We're at the low of 2 days ago was 1197.20. We hit 1197.70 thus far. Dollar index. What did the dollar index do? Dollar index, folks, gave up its highs. Dollar index got to a price point today of 94.89. Had 47,000 contracts, gave that price up. Now the dollar index is going to go after the swing low from the third. That is 93.38. And the divergence, of course, that we have inside of that is lower dollar, lower gold. Lower dollar most of the time means higher gold. Bonds. Now here's the 10-year bond thus far. What do we do out here today? 10-year bond, what we did is this. You got to a price point, it pushes into the highs that were generated out here on Tuesday. That high was a price point of 128.08. We hit 128.07. The volume's not bad. So in the bond market, what's happening is that bond market is trying to get back inside the 128.15 area. That is the low of the downdraft on the 6th. That is the 10-year bond. We go take a look at the 30-year bond. What we have with the 30-year bond is this. 30-year bond right now is trading at 144.09. It got to 143.08. Volume light. Okay, so this is where this is going to get really interesting. The lightness inside the volume right here is saying, you know what, you can make another leg down. So when we take a look at that bond market, it's real possible that those bonds may have just topped out. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We go over to that S&P and we take a look at that S&P. So the S&P future right now, we are at 2107. You're up $12. And we'll see how many more spikes that we have coming into this close. Some of the high volume stocks in this market, thus far it's still a low volume market. We'll see what happens coming into the close out here. You have GE up 19 cents. We have let's see, Sirius Satellite, that's flat. Discovery Communication is down 34. You get JP Morgan Chase up 63. Inside the Dow Industrials, what's putting the juice inside the Dow Industrials out here today? You have Boeing is the leader. Boeing is up $4.62. United Healthcare is up $2.52. American Express is up $1.26, and Nike is up $1.49. Taken away from it on the way down, you have Coca-Cola down 17 cents, and that's the only stock right now that is red inside the Dow Industrials. Inside the NDX 100, what do we have? Inside the NDX 100, bringing it up, you got Intuit Software up 561. Vertex Pharmaceutical is up 555. That's up 5%. Equinox is up $7, and you have Tractor Supply up 258. Taken away from it, even though the NDX is up substantially. You get Garmin down $1.13. Discovery's off 49 cents. Vipul Communication is off 6. And you got NXP Semiconductor is trading down about $1. Inside the XLE, well, let's actually go to the oil market next. CLJ5. We take a look at the oil market out here. Oil market, there she is. Whoops. Gotta grab this one. Oil market is trading out. We did 342,000 contracts. That's light volume. That's saying, you know what, oil wants to go higher. You get the first leg up here. The first leg up off that bottom, you went from 44 bucks up to 55. You get a sideways move. Yesterday, you had some juice on the way down. You're testing that. You're testing that with dramatically lighter volume. So the way that baby does set up at this particular point is that it's looking that wants to basically attack the highs once again. We'll see how that baby does shake out, but that's the way that's setting up right now. We take a look at the XLE, which is the oil and gas service sector. Oil and gas service sector sideways move out here today. You're down 52 cents. You're down 52 cents. You have light volume on this pullback. So it looks like the oil and gas sector also want to make a run for the gap. That when it gapped down and gapped away, what it had done is this: is that on the 26th of November it closed at 85. Opens up the 28th, and it opens up down there at 79. I expect you're going to see that get hit. The XLF, when we take a look at the financials, what do we have with the financials? Financials are up 20 cents today. You're at $24.46. That is coming into a downdraft, so that's not a big deal there. Inside the Dow, we take a look at Boeing. Boeing is the leader out here today, folks. If we pull up Boeing and we take a look at Boeing, this is what we have with Boeing. Boeing, 7 million shares today, has some juice in it. I believe this is, this is going to be an all-time high, I believe. Yeah, it is. It's an all-time high. Let's go to Jason in Spokane, Washington. Hey, Jason, what's going on?
Oh, enjoying my Friday.
That's a beautiful thing. Totally, man.
Oh, yeah. Yes, great thing.
It is. What are we going to look at today?
UGAS.
UGAS. So UGAS, folks, okay, This is Velocity shares 3 times long natural gas. The natural gas futures market right now is up 3.41%. So let's go take a look at the future market first. That's the largest mover inside the commodities complex out here today. That's up 9 cents. And what we have here, yeah, and you get juice behind the move. Okay, so we're at 297 in the futures. The futures want to get up to that 319 area. We go back and we take a look at UGAZ. And the way that UGAZ is set up right now, you're at 352, and that's going to be making that run for 542.
542?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. Dow Industrials are up 137. Nasdaq's up 26. S&Ps are up 10.5. We're going to be right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on Chinese stocks, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Trade with confidence and clarity while using the software that thousands of institutional traders rely on to make the best and most accurate decisions. Choose from 1,000 equities, currencies, and futures instruments utilizing the TAS architecture. As seen on Bloomberg terminals worldwide, the TAS Profile Scanner is a benchmark technical filtering system that thousands of traders rely on, and now you can too. For a limited time for TFNN subscribers only, we've reduced the price to just $97. That's over 75% off. John Logan hosted a special subscriber-only webinar in December, and you'll gain access to that archive as well, so you can learn exactly what the TAS Profile Scanner can do for you. Try this product out. No matter what you trade, the TAS Profile Scanner can help you make more informed trading decisions. There's no obligation to pay anything. Don't let this offer pass you by. Get your 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner today by signing up at TFNN.com. Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. So you get the Dow Industrials up 145, Nasdaq's up 27, S&Ps are up 26. Let's go to Kevin in Northern California. Hey, Kevin, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. You having a good day out there?
Having a very good day, thank you.
Cool, man.
I just have a quick question about the broad market. I'm really at a loss at this point as to how to trade it using timing the trade principles. It just seems as if, since the Fed came in 08 with all the QE and twist and everything they've done ever since, the market just keeps going up, making new highs on lighter volume.
Right.
Correct on heavier volume. But that never seems to matter. And I'm just wondering how you deal with that.
Well, the way I has dealt with it at this point is making sure that you do have stops in, okay? Right now, what ends up happening is that you have to basically pick your sectors, and you have to be really careful. That's what it comes down to. There is no doubt that, as you just said, that the broad market continues higher with dramatically lighter volume, and that hasn't changed, no doubt. Sector-wise, they go higher, they pull back lower. I mean, out of the S&P, let's say out of the S&P, the 500 stocks, there's already 100 of them that hit the October 15th low. So, but
yeah,
it's a valid point. There's no doubt.
It seems also too like there's some real internal divergence going on too. That within the market, there are actually a lot of weak stocks out there, and the broad market's being kind of masked by the ones that are disproportionately stronger that are holding the whole thing up.
And what does happen is this. So let's just talk, whether it's the Dow, the S&P, or the NASDAQ, right? There are stocks that have come down, as I said, to the October 15th swing point. Then all of a sudden, you have like another stock that comes out of nowhere. It doesn't come out of nowhere, okay? The bottom line is it's a valid break topside, and it pulls the indice up. There's no doubt about that, man. And, and believe me, it blows my mind, too. It absolutely blows my mind.
It's almost as if, bad economic numbers haven't really mattered, or those get ignored, and things that you would think would bring the market down just simply.
Well, here I'll give you. This is pretty cool, okay? In the context of what we're talking about, there's a discussion in the den, and when I just saw this is intriguing to me because absolutely anyone that has bought dips have made money. Period. Okay, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Anyone that's a trend follower has made money. One of the comments inside the den was, follow the trend, and more importantly, don't fight the Fed. Okay? Now, the thing that's amazing about that second comment to me about don't fight the Fed, well, if in fact that's what you believe, the Fed is telling you right now they're going to go up in interest rates. So there's a divergence there. You see what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, they're saying that, but it's almost as if the market is calling their bluff.
No, I get that, and in my take, right, I'm really close to getting bearish bonds right now, so it's really intriguing, and I've been bullish bonds for so long.
But
my point on what I just said is this: is that most times that no matter what is going on a trend like this, right, it'll go until it doesn't go. That's what it really comes down to. I mean, the NASDAQ in 1999, if you remember how this shook out, folks, okay, the NASDAQ went up 30% in 6 weeks and then crashed.
Yeah.
But it went up 30% in 6 weeks, folks. So.
Right. Well, actually, I have another question about the S&P too. Is there, if you pull up the SPYs, is that a real spike high from a couple of months back?
I guess it's not. And what I don't know is that what exactly, what was the high that day? In all the charts, folks, there's a high registered 212.97. What is real is the volume, though. That's 257 million. And we're coming into it at 105 million right now.
Yeah.
So.
Par for the course.
I wish I had a better answer for you, man.
I understand. I'm just, it's just frustrating to try to, to play any of the indices or the underlyings, the SPYs or DIA or the Qs, what have you, when you have this, real lack of commitment on the part of buyers, which says to me that there's weakness there, and yet it keeps floating up on absolutely no volume.
No doubt.
Confounding.
No doubt. Okay, man.
Well,
have a great one. Have a safe one. And if we take a look at the IWM, folks, as we're talking there, we're 122.30. That's taking the swings out, and now if you want to see something that's just insane, that's taking 72 million out on 270. So let's go to Mark in Fort Collins. Hey, Mark, what's going on?
Much, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. You having a good day?
Yeah, I am. Before I talk about the symbol I wanted to, I just was going to clarify. I was not using that spike high on the SPYs because the actual high on the cash S&P was made on the 29th. So I was using the volume from the SPYs on that day as the high.
Yeah, okay, cool. Right. Okay.
Just for my stuff. And then I was just going to ask you what you think, put either the comp index or the NDX or the CQQs on a weekly. And it looks like we broke a B point with volume, putting the Qs up into we'll put it into about the 115 range. And the comp and another, what was that? I was trying to figure out the number, somewhere in the 50 to 5,300 range.
So so we're talking an ABC structure up. Well, what you have here, though, is that he's talking to the 106.24, right?
Yeah. And just on a weekly.
Yeah, on the weekly. Yeah, we have. The difference is that you came down with volume.
Right.
Yeah, and so the definition of an ABC structure on the way up is that you'd have a spike high, or just a high, you pull back with lighter volume, you go up with volume, and you break the B point with volume. In this case, we went down with volume, and then we went back up, and we did have higher volume than the last B point, because the B point is 71 million, and we did 118 million. So you could have an A to B equals C to D, that's for sure. Versus just an ABC. There's two different structures there, folks, okay? Not to confuse you, but one is just a Fibonacci ratio, 1-to-1. The other one is basically a pattern that is set up with price and volume in between it.
Right.
But bottom line is we get higher highs.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
And they continue. Anyways, well, thanks for your help, and just wanted to check what you thought about that.
Okay. Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow Industrials are up 144. You get the NASDAQ up 28. S&Ps are up 11.5. Gold down 690. You get silver down 16 cents. Bonds, the 10 years off 4 ticks, 30 years off 4 ticks. We're going to be right back.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage, or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 149. You get the NASDAQ trading up 29. S&Ps are up 12 bucks. And if we go over and we take a look at the GLD, so the GLD, of course, is the Street Tracks Trust, trades at 10% of the price of gold. GLD right now is, GLD right now is trading at a price point of 115.33. We have done 5.4 million shares. That's going into 8, so that's cool. You're coming into the break topside from the 4th of November. And that area there has quite a bit of support. We had gone topside with 14 million shares. The high of that is 114.72. That's on your daily. If we take a look at this and we put this on the weekly, what you're going to see is that it is also setting up pretty nice, actually. The weekly, thus far this week, we've done 27 million shares. You're coming into 40 million shares and 55 million shares. So there's no doubt that you've got it down on price. For the last 4 weeks, folks, the GLD has gone from 125.63 down to 115.35 area. The SLV, if we take a look at the SLV, SLV is inside the silver market. Silver market right now, we're trading at 15.56. On the daily, what you have is that you're down with 6.4 million shares. That 6.4 million is coming into, let's see, so it's below the 15 million. We did 15 million on Tuesday. You're coming into December 16th as well as the November 14th area. Now, November 14th area, that had 22 million shares, so you're certainly a lot less than that. That is big time. On the weekly basis, if we take a look at this and we put this on a weekly basis, it's the same type of setup. That what does happen is that silver has slightly more volume than gold on the weekly basis. That being said, however, you're still coming into strength. Let's see, with 37 million versus 39 million. Okay, so this is what the difference is. We did 37 million the week of January 5th. Thus far, we've done 39 million. When we broke topside, we did, well, the low of the topside bar is 1576. But when we did that, we did 61 million. In order to break this down, it's going to have to do a lot more than what we're doing out here. Because the low in silver right now is, low in the SLV rather, is 1454. What we will see, and this is where the divergence is in the market in a big way, is no doubt, is the aspect of the dollar failing out here today and the euro moving. And I do expect, folks, what you're going to see is that the euro is going to continue to basically do a bounce out here. It looks that it's hard to believe what to really believe out there. Euro area finance ministers reach a provisional deal intended to keep aid flowing to Greece in return for a commitment to continued economic reforms, buying time to work out the detail of a longer-term Greek financing. That's what's coming across the. That's what has been coming across the tape. The Greek leaders have shown they are more willing to soften their demands in order to avoid rapid departure from the monetary union. They made their first step in trying to move on from Monday's breakdown by requesting extension of 6 months for the master financial facility. So what ended up happening, according to this press release, is that they asked for 6 months. They gave him 4 months. And we'll see what the rhetoric is over the course of this weekend. But that's how that baby is set up at this particular point. If we take a look at the small caps, the Russell 2000, Russell 2000 continues to basically try to push up into highs. What we have had is this. The S&P is pushing away from the consolidation area, because that consolidation area, well, it's a buck and a half away from the consolidation area. The Qs are definitely away from the consolidation area. The IWM hasn't got away from that consolidation area yet. So we'll see coming into this close if they can push that baby away from it. The IWM right now is trading at a price point of 122.40. The top of that area is it's about $1 away from it right now. It's going to need basically a lot more than $1 away from it in order to continue to push away from that whole area. When we take a look at the 3 Qs, as we were just talking about an ABC structure in the way up on a weekly basis, there's no doubt that that's what you had. But as I said when we were talking out there, is that what you need is that you need the aspect of, let's put it this way, for a one-to-one ABC structure on the way up, what you're looking for is you're looking for pulling back with volume versus going downtown with volume and then taking a swing point up on the top side with lighter volume. A couple of the gold stocks got whacked out here today. You had Pan American Silver. That did get whacked. And what that was, bottom line, you get sellers. You know, we take a look at this. This, on a daily basis, what we had on a daily is this. Nice expansion on the way up. We had volume, 2.8 million today come out of this equity, and that's it's too much volume. So PAS is at 1006, and it's probably going to go test the 984 area. The 984 area was the last, how it came off that bottom. And, you know, we'll see whether the fact that what you had out here this morning is that Pan American Silver pays a 4.9% dividend right now, and Goldman come out this morning saying that they didn't think they were going to end up paying that dividend. So that's what was basically pushing that dramatically lower. But that pays, the sellers paid attention to it. That's what it comes down to. Gold Corp. We take a look at Gold Corp. Gold Corp yesterday had some volume on the way down. What it has done out here thus far today, it's tested that low with light volume. And that's what you needed. If you're into Gold Corp, that's exactly what you needed. We take a look at Gold Corp on a weekly, and the setup is fine. On the weekly, we had gone topside with 86 million, and you're pulling back with 42 million. That's exactly how you want that whole area working. Inside the real estate sector, commercial real estate sector, that even with bonds, basically first having yield come down, that sector has not moved. There's been a sideways move out there today after coming down with volume. That's on the daily. This would be the IYR that we're looking at. And it looks to me like what the IYR is doing is that's building cause to trying to get into the 77.44 area. That's the way that happens to be set up. Inside that area today, it came down hard yesterday. Simon's is up today 164. You get PSA up 145. Boston Properties is up 88 cents. But that is small in comparison to how we came down yesterday. Coming down yesterday, folks, we were coming down at 450 each and every one of those. There it goes. Each and every one of those equities were coming down that fast and furious. There's no two ways about that. Inside the, let's go over and we take a look at Walmart. So what happened with Walmart yesterday? Walmart comes off its highs yesterday, has some juice behind the move. Walmart today is trading sideways. It actually got to a lower low. We're at 84.35 right now. If we take a look at the weekly basis, it's not much damage here. You know, on a weekly basis, Walmart is actually, on a weekly basis, we're at 41 million shares, but that 41 million is going into 58 million. And what it actually did, we take a look at this. Let me bring this closer so you can see what's happening here. So what Walmart actually did is Walmart went into the highs of November, the week of November 14th. That high there was 83.15 and rejected it. You know, we did 58 million shares there versus 41 million. So yeah, Walmart can build some more cause to run into lower price, but at this particular point, that baby is saying that it's not saying it wants to go higher, but it's certainly saying that it has rejected lower price at this particular point. Inside the NDX 100 out here, putting the juice into it, You have Intuit Software is up 5%. Vertex Pharmaceutical is a big one. Oh, I know. We got to look at the IBB. So the IBB, folks, this is the juice inside the NASDAQ. There's no two ways about this. IBB is up. This is the iShare Biotech Index. It's up 360. That's trading at 355. Light volume, but bottom line, higher price. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Dow Industrials right now are up 152. NASDAQ's up 29. S&Ps are up 12. We're going to be right back.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy. A set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit tfnn.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 140. You get the Nasdaq up 28. S&Ps are up 11. And let's take a look at where we're coming. And what should happen here, folks, is that we should get a volume surge into the close here with option expiration. Right now, we're at 575 million on the NYSE. That would put it maybe about 750, which is still not big volume. On the Nasdaq, you're at 1.5. That would maybe put it at 1.9, and that's still not big volume, you know. So we'll see where this shakes out coming into the close. There's no doubt that you are over the highs. The S&P itself, let's put this up. I'll put the mini S&P up here. So we're trading right now at, let me put this on a daily for a second. We're at 2106, and your highs out here. That bottom line is at 2088. I'm not taking the highs from this week. 2088 is the number. If we do look at the characteristic inside the volume, and I want to thank our man Gator inside the den, because this is a 4-day work week, and you have to take that into consideration. So what you do volume-wise is that you'll take the volume, divide by 4, multiply by 5 to give you what the volume characteristic would be. And right now, you're at 365, which would still be dramatically short volume. That's on the S&P. The NASDAQ, the NDX 100, we take that and we'd be taking a look at that and put this on a weekly also. And what we have on the weekly there, thus far, you're at 77 million. And what's that? That's going to give you about 98 billion. And that's still short volume. The last swing high out here only had 71. So there's no doubt you took that one out with volume. And if you want to hear something, if this is an A to B equals C to D, it's a big one. Meaning, because you have 90 would be A on a weekly, 106 would be a B. So that's what, $16. That would set up approximately a 115. A to B equals C to D on the weekly basis. If we took a look at that and we said inside the SPY, let's see, on a weekly, the SPY would be set up. You get one, that'd be a monster. 181, you get 27 points. And 27 would get you approximately 125. That's how that kind of is set up right now. But that A to B equals C to D is a whole different structure, folks. That's just a numerical type of structure versus an ABC structure that A to B has volume on the way up. You pull back with lighter volume and you go higher. We'll see as we come into this close here which way they're going to put the juice. You know, as the market moves on to this is 1 second. ES. As the market does move on to these higher highs, bottom line, no juice. Yeah, the buying the dip has worked. There's no two ways about that. Bottom line is that we'll see how this October 15th swing point is going to come into play. But I can tell you that my take is that it's coming into play. The divergence out here, by the way, also out here today, is that the dollar did give it up, and the market basically liked it. and the dollar gave it up, bringing the gold market down and the bond market flat. That's a major divergence. There's 4 months of breathing room inside the euro. It looks to me like you can be basically going short the dollar along the euro at this particular point. Inside the commodity markets, natural gas got the juice into it today. That was up 3.35, but that was about it. Well, you had heating oil up 1.37. Other than that, all the rest of the commodity structures, nothing was down heavily. But what you did have is that they were pulling away from those highs. The XLE is going to be something that you want to basically keep your eye on. Because the XLE right now, just see this. The XLE is, so this is the large integrated oil and gas, and they certainly, and this is a classic too, meaning it's off the high of 101. You're at 80, but yet the Dow Industrials are at highs. Oil and gas is not, but what's pushing it? Well, it's information technology. That's what's pushing it up there. When you do take a look at the sector itself, and you put this on a weekly, bottom line is that there's no juice here. There's, if anything, the sector itself, the XLE wants to come back down and test 75 again. Yesterday, well, actually, a couple weeks ago, and yesterday, it stopped pushing with juice. What you had out here today is that you had a failure. I mean, that's what it did. It basically failed. Right now, the XLE is trading at 80.47. The high last week was 82. And that is only one of the sectors that actually did pull back, had volume on the pullback, bounced with lighter volume, and now you're taking this sideways move. We go take a look at the Apple. Apple is up there at 129, and it's surprising that Apple is not the leader inside the NDX 100 today. Price line yesterday, that put monster juice into it. The price line was up $1 yesterday. Yeah, $1. How about $100? PCLN. So if we take a look at PCLN, we put this on a monthly basis. This is pretty intense. Wow. You put this on a monthly basis, and man, this thing is going to, it pulled back. Let me pull this way back. Okay. Put this on a monthly. We bring this back. And what you're going to see is that 2008 price line's at $45. 2014, it's at $13.78. It pulls back to $9.90. As it pulls back in there, the volume's not bad. And now it's back inside the range again. So price line can get up and after this $12.36. $12.36 is the low of August of 2014. That's how that's set up. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. Going to be coming right back with our man, Mr. David White, our technology expert at TFNN. Dow Industrials up 149. NASDAQ up 29. S&P's up 11. Gold down 640. Silver off 17 cents. Bonds flat. We're going to be right back.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to Robert in New Jersey. Hey, Robert, what's going on?
Hey, Tom. A great show. I've been listening to you for years. You got a great thing. I've been listening to you for over a decade. That's amazing. You've done a great job.
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. So everyone's having a great day, safe day. Happen to be in the Northeast or in the Midwest. Stay warm, folks.
I had to put up the sled dogs to come over here today.
Did you really?
No.
You know what happened? As Dave was coming in the office, he's telling the story to the two producers. I'm saying to myself, man, did you just get off a plane somewhere? I know I just heard you an hour ago on the air. Let's take a look at this. Is a quote by James Gardner. Believe in yourself and everything you can be. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. The Dow Industrials closed up 154, NASDAQ up 31, S&P's up 11.5, all at new highs, folks. Gold contract down 680, trade to 1,200. You get silver down 19 cents at $16.23 an ounce. Copper flat at $2.60 a pound. Light sweet crude off $1, trading out at $50.74 a barrel. Bonds, we had the 10-year down 2 ticks. 127.16. That failed to get into higher price today. 30-year flat, 144.10. That also failed. King dollar. King dollar went from positive to negative, down 57 at 94.43, and the euro up 12 at 113.81. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. Now, in the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? We put the S&Ps out here. We'll use the SPY. Bottom line, you're at a higher high. If I put this on a weekly basis, folks, what you're going to see out here is that it's crawling away from the consolidation that it's been in. The high that we're at 208.85. That was the top of that consolidation. So right now you're at 211. Yeah, the volume's lighter, but guess what? Higher highs, you can go higher. NDX 100, the 3Qs. The 3Qs had already gone topside last week. They continued higher this week. 3Qs out here. When we take a look at this on a weekly basis, right now we're at 108.41. And what we have here is that you got to remember it's a 4-day week, so you're going to add in another day. You did 79 million, so that'd shake out about 100 million. Big deal. Bottom line, you're at a higher high, though. IWM, we take a look at the small caps. Now, the small caps are trading at 122.38, and we take a look at the small caps. The small caps are the only ones thus far that are still basically pretty close to the consolidation it has been in. Small caps did, on a weekly basis, 81 million shares, so that did calculate about 100 million. That was taking out the high that was generated out here at 121.41, and that had 130 million. Gold. What do we have with gold? And his divergence is out here because it's a Friday though, and they love whacking gold on a Friday if they can get it going. Gold was down 680. You're trading out at 1,200 even. We had 101,000 contracts. On the daily, that was on the daily. On the weekly, folks, it's set up pretty nice, actually. On the weekly, what you have is that you're coming into the strength that the gold contract had on the way up versus how we're coming back down. And if we take a look at this, there's the weekly right there. So what you're looking at is you're coming into the strength that was established on the week of January 9th, as well as the week of January 16th. Divergence in spades. Now, bonds. Let's go take a look at the bond market, because the bond market right now is really intriguing to me, meaning has there been a change of trend? And, you know, there's no doubt that anyone that has been going south the bond market for years now, basically it can look like it's going south. It turns right around again. Right now, if we take a look at this 10-year, what you have is this, is that it tried to get back up inside the higher range, couldn't do it, had 1.4 million contracts out here today. So we're at 127. That's setting up, listen, it wants to go after this 125.21. The yield out here right now is 2.1 on the 10-year. If we take a look at the 30-year, we set up the 30-year. What we have with the 30-year is this, 30-year. Now, the 30-year also had been the leader inside bonds for a long period of time. Today, what you had is that the 30-year also tried to get into the range, couldn't do it. So it's like, it looks to me like that next leg's going to come down. We're at 144 and 138 is game. You know.
So I've got a question that I really haven't thought through yet. But I'm just trying to get my hands around it, and that is the fear trade. Every weekend you come in, they're either buying gold going into the weekend, they're buying crude going into the weekend. Now we see that neither crude nor gold went up today.
Right.
Treasuries are not really looking like right. So the fear is kind of gone, and it looks to me like we've gone from that fear trade on Friday to the greed trade where they're trying to push, like you said, a lot of these stocks going up with very light volume. It really looks to me like everybody's really chasing any kind of decent return now instead of just hoping they get their money back come Monday.
Listen, there's no doubt. There's no doubt that I would say every bull that's out there right now is saying, see, I told you so. You're big deal. I don't care what the volume is.
Right. But
you're up, and we're going to go higher.
But do you think that there is a change in that thing where it's moved from, at least on Fridays, a little bit of fear on what's going to happen over the weekend to a little bit of greed on how much can we pop this come Monday morning?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, I think that is not only out there, people have been acclimated to the point of getting rewarded, and it's like what we do know is this, though. The real key is that small funds, large funds, are retail investors that are profiting here, because there's a lot less market participants, folks. That's the bottom line. So the key there is that, okay, who is profiting from this? If you're in the indices, you're absolutely profiting. When I look at the XLE, I'm saying to myself, the XLE is down 22%. Largest, companies in the world, right?
Right.
Biotechs, however, to the moon. And they went higher today and on dramatically lighter volume, but bottom line, they went higher.
But that's the kind of chasing. For a long time, people were saying they were chasing yield in the bonds.
Right.
And then gold kind of took off as the fear trade. And then crude kind of bottomed. Everybody was racing into it for the last few weekends. And now we don't get that at all. And it looks to me like we really have kind of a little small sea change of the fear is just gone, and we're back to just greed.
Okay, so and in this context, I got a call. It was a great call last hour, and it was about it was about the broad market. Do you know what I mean? It's like, hey man, we've been going up forever on light volume, and no doubt that's a fact. What I like about this market right now, I like being short the dollar and long gold, and technically, I'm really comfortable with that, folks, and fundamentally, I'm so comfortable with it, it's insane. And a lot of that has to do, first, with the technicals, but more so, even with the state of how the dollar has gone up since 2011, how no one is worrying. And listen, right in front of you, folks, okay, across the world is a mess.
I keep on looking. I mean, we've had a small, and when I mean small, I mean a small bounce this week in the dry bulk shippers.
Yeah.
In the Baltic Index, but all it did was quit going down for all practical purposes.
Right.
Maybe it was up 2%, but that's when you fall from the sky and hit the ground. If you jump up to 2%, that's just a dead cat bounce.
Right.
So we're seeing some of that, and I thought maybe part of that also is the strikeout in California, and there may be some noise in that I don't know how it works out. But
the thing that's intriguing there, and we just brought up the strike in California. Picture this, folks. That's only 20,000 longshoremen. That blows my mind.
Yeah.
That the stevedores are fighting so hard to not give 20,000 longshoremen more money. And what happens is that the longshoremen's union are going to get what they want, folks. Okay. They've been trying to put them out of business forever. And I can hear them screaming right now that, listen, you're just hitting a button and you're making it happen. But guess what? It blows my mind, actually, that they're fighting so hard for it.
Yeah, I haven't really dug into it, so I don't know.
The reason I know about it, because I said I worked as a scally when I was a kid. Do you know what I mean? So I worked down the docks. And then you used to have to work versus now you don't. And there's always The stevedores always thought they could move them around and they can, you know.
The only thing I know is that they had a piece on the big losers out of this.
Yeah.
The orange producers in California. All their fruit is rotting everywhere.
There's going to be a lot of losers.
Yeah.
Dave White, Tom O'Brien, you stay right there, folks. We're coming right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Check out the new look of Tiger TV. Now you can see all hosts, charts, and computer screens live in high definition. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Thinkorswim, or Carol Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV. Now, crystal clear in high definition, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't seen the new look of Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com. Trade with confidence and clarity while using the software that thousands of institutional traders rely on to make the best and most accurate decisions. Choose from 1,000 equities, currencies, and futures instruments utilizing the TAS architecture. As seen on Bloomberg terminals worldwide, the TAS Profile Scanner is a benchmark technical filtering system that thousands of traders rely on, and now you can too. For a limited time for TFNN subscribers only, we've reduced the price to just $97. That's over 75% off. John Logan hosted a special subscriber-only webinar in December, and you'll gain access to that archive as well, so you can learn exactly what the TAS Profile Scanner can do for you. Try this product out. No matter what you trade, the TAS Profile Scanner can help you make more informed trading decisions. There's no obligation to pay anything. Don't let this offer pass you by. Get your 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner today by signing up at TFNN.com. Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dave White, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Don't forget, folks, at TFNN, we do live broadcasting every trading day, 8 o'clock in the morning to 6 in the afternoon. You can get all of that programming right on your cell phone. TFNN.mobi. That's the audio. You want to get the Tiger TV, you want to get the video with the audio, just go to TFNN.com, hit the camera. Well, as soon as you go to it, you're going to see there's a little box on the side. It says mobile devices. You hit that, comes right up on your mobile device, and Tiger TV is amazing on the mobile device. It looks better on the smaller devices than the larger ones.
Well, that, and of course you got MOBI, which I listened to you on the way over here, on my drive over here.
Right.
And either one of those.
Either one, no doubt. And don't forget, folks, Dave got an outstanding program every trading day, 2 to 3 Eastern Standard Time. Also has a couple great newsletters. You can test drive those newsletters by coming over to our website at TFNN. You go into newsletters first, and you can do 2 different ones. You can go to investment newsletters, and if you go to investment newsletters, we're going to get the Path of Least Resistance,
which is my daily newsletter.
That's the daily. So that's the trading newsletter.
Right, and then the Tech Insider, which is the
Tech Insider is the investment newsletter.
Right.
Right now we're looking at a slide Dave has up, and the slide says that Apple is going to eat the electric car business. I'm only kidding.
No, but it's been out there for a couple of weeks. I actually had a special edition on Tuesday of the Tech Insider where I posted a picture of this car. Actually, we've got it. But they actually have been driving these Apple cars around. And it's a test bed for their versions of electric self-driving cars. They're playing with all this stuff. Now, everybody's saying Apple's going to build cars. And I think there's zero chance of Apple building cars. Apple has something they have to replace, which is a device that gives them 70% margins.
Yes.
Even if they built cars at 25% margins, they would have to sell one to everybody to probably make the same amount of cash.
Yes.
They want to make electronics with software that makes huge margins, kind of like Intel. Intel makes 65% margins on their chips.
Okay.
They want something that gives them that 65 kind of almost software margins on hardware. And my thought is that it makes no sense for them to build their own car. It does make them a lot of sense to license all their stuff to every other car manufacturer.
Ooh.
So you can buy it. And
like a Qualcomm licensing deal. That would be a trip.
Now, to me, that makes a lot more sense. Just like they licensed AT&T to sell all the iPhones for the first 3 years.
Right.
There are probably going to be some manufacturer that'll say, okay, we'll take the exclusive.
Oh, they
or
would.
Toyota.
Oh, they'd pay big money.
Right. They'd pay big money, and they'd have a lot of stuff, and they'd make some big margins on cars that are traditionally about 6% margin on a car.
Okay.
So I think there's a lot of stuff, a lot of rumors that are probably way beyond the scope of things. But, could Apple add a lot? Now, I actually had a discussion on my daily show yesterday about batteries, or the day before, and we'll avoid that. But what I can say is that if you look at Tesla's reason for being a good car company, one, they build a good car.
Yeah.
But two, they figured out the best algorithms on how to charge a battery and have it fail less soon. If you charge a battery poorly, you can really decrease the life of the battery.
Yes.
So one of the reasons that Tesla has at least gotten to the level of success they've had now is because they've worked very hard on ways to figure out how to charge batteries and have them last the longest and charge as fast as they can. So there's a whole kind of engineering mix of doing that. But when you boil it down, what Tesla's core competency is, it's not building a good car, because lots of people could build good cars. It is, how do you manage those giant batteries in a car? So Apple really wants to do the same thing. They want to have long battery life in their phones, in their laptops, everything else. No real difference other than you can really suck a battery out of power out of a battery real quick with a car. It's not like you're going to suck energy out of a cell phone battery 10 times faster than the thing you did before, right? It's going to be maybe twice as much battery drain doing something as maybe just having it let it sit. It's not going to be huge. So part of the management of Tesla is making sure when you stomp on the accelerator, unless you have it set to let's burn out, that it's going to try to modulate that a little bit so you get a better range. So it's all the, if you're an engineer, there's always compromises for everything you do, right?
What does that have to do with the Apple car right now?
That's basically what they're trying to go back and recreate. In fact, they got sued this week from a battery company for stealing all the engineers from their battery company.
Oh, the A123. I saw that come across.
So when everybody talks about what you do,
so it's really about batteries.
It's really about batteries.
Yeah, it's about batteries.
In the last couple of weeks, you talked about Tesla being
really
a battery company.
Right.
And that's really true.
Right.
Anybody can buy the electric motors. Anybody can buy the steel. Anybody can buy everything. Now, maybe you make a little better or worse car.
Right.
But the defining feature of electric car is, does it have any juice in it when you push the accelerator pedal down?
Right.
Or are you stuck out on the side of the highway?
Right.
And the first cars that Tesla made were those little sports cars, and a lot of people came back on the hook because they didn't have the right algorithms and computer stuff telling people, hey, you're only going to have about 5 miles left. It may have been way off one way or the other.
Ooh,
so a lot
intense.
A lot of those movie stars were getting towed in back on the hook.
That's intense.
On that first little 2-seater car they had. It got much better with a 4-seater.
Right.
And that is really what people are working on, is all the algorithms.
I guess the great news is that someone's going to crack it, and that's going to be, you don't think so?
No, I think so. In fact, Tesla is probably one of the smarter car companies. They've hired 10 in-house hackers.
Okay.
And their job is nothing but to hack and try to figure out ways to hack Tesla cars so they can built-in security measures so someone just doesn't buy you with a cell phone and drive your car into the wall. I think that still can happen, but at least Tesla has identified that they've taken the it takes a thief approach to figuring out how to bust and have security in their cars, right? So these 10 guys they hired, their whole job is to do nothing but find weaknesses and spots where people can exploit things electronically in the car. And I assume that Apple will probably have the same thing.
Yeah.
But when we look at what's going on in this, I think there was 2 major things.
Software, right. Yeah.
One, it's software that drives the chargers on the cars and the pedal on how much power comes out of it to give you a good compromise between speed and distance.
Right.
And, of course, the model for it. Now, if we go back and think about Apple being Microsoft in 1985 and Tesla being Macintosh and Apple, let's change hats on them. Remember, Apple really kind of got beat up in the very end because it was making both the hardware and the software.
Yes.
I think maybe Apple's looking back to the 1980s where it was better to license all their stuff than to build it themselves, right?
Listen, Apple, because of that closed software, closed.
It works very good in the iPhone business.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that it is extremely going to be a lot more tough to build a car and get it into all the different markets, that they would probably just rather sell a high margin product to a lot of other people.
I don't expect that GM and Toyota are sitting down, you don't hear about them. They got to be working like crazy on software inside it. Dave White, Tom O'Brien, you stay right there, folks. Coming right back. Dow up 154, NASDAQ up 31. We're going to be right back.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, Market Scanner, and Trading Strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage, or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dave White, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We have, Dave has a slide up right now, Amazon Fire Stick.
Right. Now, Google had a product last year called Chromecast.
Yes.
And it looked like a little dongle.
Right.
You plugged it into the
a thumb drive. Yeah.
Right. You plugged it into the HDMI port of your TV, and you could basically watch anything. Use your iPad or a standard Android pad or cell phone to control it.
Right.
And I've used it for a year. Love the product. $30, well worth the money.
Okay.
Now, most people don't know that that is by volume the #1 selling electronic product for the last year by a factor of 4.
Wow.
So when everybody thinks that he sold a lot of things like
iPhones
and everything else, they certainly made a lot more money on it.
Right.
But the #1 selling device...
Google just wanted to get on the web.
Right. They want at least some level of control of how you use your TV.
Right.
So they sold this thing. Now, Amazon has their competitor to this. In fact, we just talked a couple weeks ago about Amazon actually streaming more video than Netflix,
right?
Which I think is kind of a big metric to start looking at. Anyway, I wanted to get this because I've got Amazon Prime and all the movies, but I wanted to use it in another bedroom and didn't want to use my computer to actually cast it to another PC or my computer in the other room, which I could, but it was a big pain. Now, Amazon does have a interface for both the Android devices right now. They do not have one quite yet, but it'll be out in the next month for Apple products. But it's a direct competitor to the Chromecast. It has the benefit of being another year down the pike. They've got twice as much memory. There's a little bit better processor power on it. I've used both of them now for a week. It's pretty much flawless. The difference is this one comes with a small remote.
So what does it do? You stick it in, then you're on the internet?
You're on the internet, and basically your remotes will move the cursor around on TV, just like if you had a net-ready
TV,
like a smart
which
TV.
I have. All right,
right. Except the difference is when these things get smarter, you just plug them in instead of buying a new TV.
Right.
Now, you could probably still plug it into a smarter TV, but I just like this approach a little bit better. But the menus work great. It gives you access to all the stuff. Now, one thing that is a little different is you can't really buy movies on the Google system.
Okay.
But you can. So what they offer is, on the Prime system, are a lot of movies that are free.
Yes.
And then they kind of try to sneak these in there and go,
oh, yeah, for sure.
Season 1's free, Season 2 isn't, and if you don't catch yourself, you're going to be buying Season 2 of a new series.
You will.
So Bezos pretty good about a carrot and a stick part of it, where he dangles the carrot just long enough to get you in there and up front in it. But a very nice product, $39. I ordered it on a Friday. It showed up on my doorstep on a Sunday afternoon. So
and what happens is that, just so the folks understand, you still have to have internet access.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome, man.
What it does is basically give
makes
you
your TV and internet.
Internet-ready TV. But again, this was the biggest selling product of last year.
No, it's good. I
so
like it.
You might consider this.
If you haven't watched, basically the internet on your large TV, folks, do it, because it's a whole different experience.
I thought there would be a big problem because of, just bandwidth, but Amazon's backbone is probably the biggest in the world.
Yeah,
what they're saying. So it's not like some of the other things that I've looked at that have had a lot of buffering and everything else. It seems to have worked.
No, listen, the smart TVs are great, man. They work. There's no difference. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Anyway, I got it plugged in.
And as one of the listeners said, that what does happen is that the smart TVs, they can do the updates. They're one of the large problems. Inside all of this, folks, is going to be the deal about are they watching us?
Samsung put out a warning saying that we don't encrypt the data that comes back to us.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. Bitcoin. So this is amazing, folks. So talk to me about this one.
Ecuador basically in December set up a system. And that system was you could basically sign up for digital money in the country, backed by the government. So now it is gone online this week, and you can actually pay all your bills, anything that's from the government, electric bills, water bills, rent, anything. Full faith and credit.
That's huge.
You basically, if you run a business, you have to take it. If you're in Ecuador. So they do have a Bitcoin-like system or a digital currency system out there. And the interesting thing was I was trying to get this guy on probably a year ago on the show, and he was a big hacker. In fact, the FBI's on the most wanted list in the 90s. He wasn't that bad of a guy, but they wanted a poster child for the hacker.
Right.
Well, he went did his time, came out, became a big security company, and he went down there. The last time I talked to him, he went down there to set this up, and I remember talking to him at the time. And anyway, it was kind of funny, but it was a year ago, and then I saw this article, and I knew. Went back to when I was talking to him, trying to get him on, but he had gone down there for a month to talk to him about setting this up over a year ago, and it is now coming out. But it's kind of interesting. I think this is a small enough country. They don't have enough. They don't have a lot of real fast money moving around the country, so probably a good place to start it. Right?
See, I can picture why they're one of the.
Yeah, I know why. One of the reasons.
Well, yeah.
There's a lot of dope money down there.
There's a lot of dope money. I mean, they have problems down there. They have very violent problems down there. So I can picture the government saying, "Okay, hey, this is a great way we can find everything." And if people start running around with cash, they'll say, "Hey, there's something wrong with you. Why do you have cash?"
No, I think that because it is an anonymous way. I think more than anything, it's a way to keep the U.S. out of their banking system.
But my understanding is that Bitcoin, that it's anonymous, but the fact of the matter is that the trail, the paper trail is perfect.
It is, but you can infer things if you know what you're looking for. But if you go back, it's very tough. If I know today that I'm looking for a certain person, I will put in an order of a very certain amount, and then I know I can look for it. But if you're going back to look at a whole bunch of sales at $39.95, how many are you probably going to find those in the wild, right? But if I put out $41.37, probably a lot less sales for that number than something else. So the idea is that with Bitcoin, it's very easy to find out things if you know exactly what to look for, and you can plant special numbers in it. The problem is it's a whole, in computerdom they call it, trying to find the wheat from the chaff.
Yeah.
And that is it.
I think I'm going to buy some. I'm going to buy some Bitcoin because I want to go to Ecuador anyway. So, no,
this isn't Bitcoin. This is their own system.
Oh, it's not Bitcoin.
It's a Bitcoin-like system. Just to make sure.
A Bitcoin-like system.
They've done their own thing.
Oh, that's insane.
And like I said, I suspect a lot of what they've done in here is to shield themselves from the U.S. banking system because
that's a whole different ballgame.
It is a little different than that.
Slightly. you get the dictator. He's going to just pull. He's going to take a thumb drive, stick it in, take all the money, and then go to France or come to the United States. He's going to go to Manhattan and buy a big skyscraper.
I don't think that's going to happen. They've actually brought a lot of security people in, like the guy was talking about. And there are a lot of people.
Well, they'll steal it then.
They'll find some way, but to me, they are working out at least the benefits, and maybe they steal it all, and we know now that there's no way to trust anything but paper money.
Anything but gold.
Yeah, but we can see that at least there's going to be some more efforts in this field, right?
Yeah, no doubt. World Mobile Conference, Barcelona.
Right. Every year, this is where all the chieftains of cell service go.
Okay.
And they show out all the new products. But if you're thinking about getting a new phone, Samsung's already released a bunch of teaser ads out here. They're going to show their next Galaxy version. It's going to have a lot of new features. Probably the biggest one that people have been wanting for a while is wireless charging. And there have been a bunch of competing.
How do you do a wireless charge?
You can send electricity through the air.
Yeah.
Through the equivalent of a magnetic loop, a bunch of wires wound around.
Okay.
And you do the same thing on the other side, and electricity will travel through the air. So you basically have a coil or winding.
Cool. Yeah.
It's existed forever.
Right.
And if you put more on one side than the other, you move the voltage up or down. That's called a transformer.
Okay.
If they're on both windings are the exact same on both sides, you get the same voltage. So what you're going to do is, these competing organizations, mostly run by Duracell, was the system for having a pad maybe in your car, next to your nightstand at night, and you just put your cell phone on top of it, no plugging in, no wires, no nothing, and it recharges directly through.
That's going to sell a lot of product.
Now, Samsung's done some very good stuff. They've offered armored devices.
You have a Android type of device, right?
Right, it's a Samsung.
Because these people that have Apples, right? All day long, they not only use their phone more than you and I do, I think.
Yeah.
They always need juice.
Always.
They're going to buy so many of those things. Seriously, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Dave White, Tom O'Brien, you stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back.
Okay.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say You can.
Each and every time that the dollar ticks higher, S&P wants higher price. Each and every time that the dollar's ticking lower, guess what? S&P wants lower price. Dollar, the metals, and the S&P are going tick for tick.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dave White, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we're looking at the slide. It's the World Mobile Congress. It's in Barcelona, Spain, the 2nd to the 5th of March.
Right. And just
Samsung's coming out with a new phone.
Right. And, of course, you're going to have wireless. At least the rumors are wireless charging, a much improved, in fact, they say the best camera in any smartphone available. And there's some other features out there that I think are going to be groundbreaking. So hang on, but those 2 days, look for probably Samsung to get a little part of it. Now, we were talking during the break about this wireless charging. And you're just going to set it in your car on a
now,
little...
do they have them right now? I guess Duracell's been selling some of them. I saw something like that.
It was kind of a...
This is a lot easier, right?
It wasn't built into the phone. You had to add some stuff, and it made the phone much heavier and everything else.
I see.
So it's going to be part of the phone going forward.
Right.
Now, Duracell and another competing bunch of people had been fighting over the standard for the last 2 years, or we would have had it 2 years ago.
They're going to sell a lot of those.
They finally got it together. Now, what that means is, and what we were talking about during the break, is that the iPhone that everybody has now, now you've got one more feature to make yet another version out of it.
So they have to buy more iPhones.
Samsung's going to, of course, have this for probably 6-9 months or a year before the next version of the next iPhone.
Right.
So we always have this kind of Cold War where everybody, makes a bigger bomb. I'm going to make a bigger bomb. I'm going to make a bigger bomb. But I don't see, especially with some of the new features out here, I think Samsung's going to probably have a 6 or 9 month window where, at least on the hardware side, they're probably going to have a couple features that Apple doesn't have. But anyway, just watch for everybody in that sector to have some movement the 2nd through the 5th of March. But my guess is you see the new features leak probably by the 1st of March for Samsung.
Well, every day I use my phone more as a computer.
Yeah.
And, I'm getting better at it. Google Fiber. This is big.
Google Fiber is going to Atlanta, Nashville, Raleigh, and Charlotte this last Sunday night. I don't know why they did it in the middle of the night, but AT&T did it literally in the dead of midnight on Sunday.
Yeah.
Announced it would be bringing its what they call gigapower internet service, or gigabit internet service, to Kansas City, and they're going all the same places that Google is. So I don't think what they want to do is at least not let these guys get away in certain sectors and push AT&T out of the area.
Yeah.
But basically, they're just going to go everywhere that Google is and offer the same thing.
Those are lucky cities, man.
Well, they certainly are. For $70 per month, customers can get connectivity of a gigabit per second. Down here in Florida, basically, Verizon sold off the Fios that we have and love down here. And, of course, Verizon said that with net neutrality, they just didn't want to be in the business. And, they sold it off here and in Georgia. But I don't know exactly what's going to happen to our service. I'd love to see Google and AT&T come down here and battle it out, because I'm basically paying $70 and $80 for about a tenth of that speed, which is still probably
which is
3 times faster than everybody else has.
Yeah, right.
But I would still love to have gigabit connectivity to the office when I do my show every day.
Sure, right.
But it is slowly coming, and if Google's aim was to push these guys finally into giving internet service at high speeds, I think they have it. Now, Google internally has a bunch of projects that depend on super high bandwidth.
Okay.
And that's why they've been pushing this.
That's good. I like it. Biometrics.
Right. Windows 10 coming out probably this September or October this year. What we do know is they've guaranteed now that a thing called FIDO is going to be installed in Windows 10. That means that you'll be able to have embedded iris readers.
Okay.
thumb readers, any kind of biometric device that wants to be added on now has a link directly into the operating system that can get encrypted and then sent back to Microsoft or left on the machine. So
it's, I mean, the bottom line is that what we're looking at, and you know what, folks, is so scary about this? We're only a machine ourselves. No, seriously. The more that you look at something like this, and the more that, actually looking at you and talking, realizing that, I mean, I have a biometric card, and I've had one for 7 years now on the Bloomberg, right? And that's the only way you can get on, folks, okay? That's why Bloomberg's so rich, right? But thinking about the aspect that I can look into a computer, that's scary. Because, in the context, I'm saying to myself, yeah, we're only a machine, man. I mean, and so it's machine to machine. This is really weird.
I've been dubious about fingerprints because they're easy to, if you really want to, easy to duplicate. It's 1,000 times harder to duplicate somebody's cornea on the back of the cornea.
Right.
So I'm really hoping that will be the next thing, and it will be the next way of not having to have a password that you have to remember all the time, and something that's easy to crack.
What was that movie, though? They took the person's eye out and they went up to the. Do you remember that?
Oh, it works. That's the downside. But at that point, it's not like someone.
No, I know, but I just remember a movie like that. It was a good movie too.
Right. Anybody can defeat any kind of security.
Right.
But I have a feeling that if you're walking around with somebody's eyeball down the halls of a big business, they may notice.
Right.
Lasers will fry your eyes. It's not lasers that are doing this.
Yeah.
But anyway, it is kind of interesting. But look forward to that this fall. And there are a bunch of companies that have been waiting for this to come out. And I think you're probably going to see a lot of people come out here. Now, again, in security.
Superfish.
Right. Lenovo, the big laptop computer company, basically sacrificed the security of its device by putting in some adware, like stuff that you would download inadvertently.
Okay.
And the problem was that the certificate for this adware was cracked. And anybody that knew that, a la hackers, had a core level ability to go in and get anything they wanted off your system.
Now, Lenovo is the largest computer maker in the world now, right?
Right. And they put on spyware on your machine, and by putting the spyware on your machine once it was cracked.
And so this just happened? They got caught? What happened?
Yeah, they got caught on Monday when everybody started blabbing about it.
So what's going to happen now?
On Tuesday, Microsoft's going to have an update for all Windows machines that's going to remove it. So on Tuesday, if you have a Lenovo, download the updates.
Okay, so it's Lenovo hardware. Folks, that's the big one. Oh, man.
Now everybody knows about it. Anybody that knows the flaw can easily get into your system. It's a mess.
Did you see in the Journal either yesterday or today they had that the State Department, right, cannot get the bugs out of their computers? It's that intense?
If you bury them in the BIOS, which is the best way to do it, as soon as you turn them back on, they come right back.
Really?
Yes, so that's it.
Bury them in the BIOS.
Bury them in the BIOS. Anyway, check out my newsletter. Go to the front page of TFNN under newsletters, The Tech Insider.
Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Thanks for being here, folks. Have a great weekend, safe weekend. Stay warm, stay safe, and we look forward to speaking to you right here next week. Thanks, Dave.
You bet.
Appreciate it. Go get them, folks.